Italian Caucasians. They were superpower of earth, the Romans, right? Still the same.
That's what they were originally. Yeah,
the same Edomites, the Greeks, right? Yeah. So they're the same people. They just changed the name to Rome because Romulus and Remus. You ever heard of them? Romulus and Remus were raised by a she-wolf, and Romulus said, "Hey, I want the people's names, the so-called white people's names, to be changed to the Romans." And Remus said, "No, they're gonna remain the Greeks." So Romulus killed Remus, so the people became named the Romans. Raised by a she-wolf. You can go to Caesar Palace, man, in Vegas, man. They got them right under the tips of a dang dog, a wolf, man. See what I'm saying? That's where they come from. So that's a fact. Because they wouldn't put it out there like that, you know what I mean? But they got them black. They black, but they really was white men. You see what I'm saying? But they got them black like us. Nah, they was white men. And that's where it is, man. You know, so.
I've come a little familiar, thank you, bro. I've come a little familiar with, I would say, the Latin tongue.
Right.
As they call it. And then when they go to the point of their ignorance and call us chongos, I say to them back, if I'm a monkey, then you must be a orangutan or a chimpanzee. Because you come from me.
Yeah.
I use that because I've been taught to use this instead of this. Because this ain't going to get me nothing but locked up, put away, and then they going to do what they want to do with me when they put me in there.
Right, that's right.
So using this, I've learned from the many of other speakers that this was the substance of all, of all goodwill.
That's right.
Yeah, I needed that.
Yeah, no, you just validated what I said earlier about the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the brothers that's down here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, y'all powerful, man. And it's a shame. It's a shame that most people won't even come near Skid Row.
Yeah.
Won't even come down here.
They are ashamed of this environment.
Nah, man, it ain't about being ashamed, man. It's about
for some. I'm saying for some.
They think they're too good. I got people that even complain about. They try to put us down for coming down here, doing what we do. Right now, we're going over the word of the Most High. You're going to complain about the word of the Most High and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you have to be able to share with us, and we share with you.
Right.
What's wrong with that, man? That's the problem with us now. We don't communicate.
Right.
In the right proper perspective.
Right.
Let's read about this devil. Let's read.
Right. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1.
Right.
And it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
This is Alexander the Greek. This is in the Bible, read.
Who came out of the land of Chittim, had smited Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes.
So now you're looking at the Persian and Mede Empire was superpower of earth. Then who came in next? The Greeks. So-called white people. That was their first empire under Alexander the Greek. You learn that in school. They make sure you know about him.
Right.
Everybody know about Alexander. They make sure you know about him. So here he is in the Bible. Read.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
There it is, the first over Greeks.
Crackers.
So-called white people.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice term.
Go ahead.
And made many wars and won many strongholds.
Yeah, he made many wars and won many strongholds because he was fighting against the Persian and Mede Empire, read.
And slew the kings of the earth.
Yeah, he slew the kings of the earth. This dude came into power, man, at 20 years old.
Right.
From 20 to 32, he died. Read.
And went through the ends of the earth.
He went to the ends of the earth. Come on.
And took spoils of many nations. Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him.
Because he conquered all the nations and all the kingdoms that was on the earth, man. Read.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
Yeah, he's pride, man.
Right.
Heart was lifted up in pride. I mean, he got very prideful. Remember, you're only 20 years old. Go ahead.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries.
He gathered a strong army, host mean army, and ruled over countries, read.
And nations.
And nations, come on.
And kings.
And kings, come on.
Who became tributaries unto him.
Just like we pay taxes. That's what we all had to do under him when he came into power, read.
And after these things, he fell sick.
Yeah, he fell sick because he had sex with a horse. Died of a bad case of syphilis.
And perceived that he...
Hold up. Don't get it twisted. In the service now.
No.
In the service right now.
No.
The armed services of America, they say men can have sex with horses.
With animals now.
With animals, man.
Right.
That's justified.
Right.
Out here in America, man. Straight up.
Going right back to war.
Yep. All back to their original habitation, how they was dealing, man. Read.
And perceived that he should die.
He perceived he should die. He couldn't cure that bad case of syphilis.
Good.
Read.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable,
Yeah, he called 4 generals. His 4 generals, man, that was honorable, that grew up with him. Read.
and had been brought up with him from his youth,
Come on.
and parted his kingdom among them,
Right. So he gave his kingdom to these 4 generals. Come on.
while he was yet alive.
While he was very alive. Come on.
It's like,
So
He's just dealing with who? So-called white people. Their first ruler, Alexander, the Greek. Read.
so Alexander reigned 12 years,
12 years. 20 years old to 32 years old. Come on.
and then died.
And then he died. Bad case of syphilis. Read.
And his servants bare ruled every one in his place.
Right. 4 generals took over his kingdom. Come on.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
And they got the power, wisdom, and authority over the kingdom that he has set up. Read.
So did their sons after them
So did their sons after them. Go ahead.
many years. And evils were multiplied.
So his sons, come on. His sons put crowns on their heads after he died. They the ones that had the power, wisdom, and authority. So now that the white man was in power, what happened?
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
The evils were multiplied in the earth. Read.
And there came out of them a wicked root,
Out of him a wicked root.
Antiochus, surnamed
Antiochus Epiphanes. A real evil practice.
right. Right.
They came out of him
Look at that.
evil root.
Right.
Antiochus Epiphanes. This dude was talking about evil. This dude was evil.
Right.
Read.
surnamed
Epiphanes.
Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
There it is, man. That's when the evils were multiplied in the earth, man. Okay.
Right.
Then they, that's right. Then they, so that's when they were reigning, right? And they were taken out of power in 193 AD by a Roman gladiator by the name of Septimius Severus. Ran into the Caucasus Mountains, like you were saying, right? That's the recent, most recent.
It's better to be a listener than to speak about something you don't know nothing about.
What the word say.
Right.
I ain't gonna say preach on, I'm gonna say talk, bro.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So that's just what happened, man. So they were ran into the Caucasus Mountains, and they came out in 1453 as the Ottoman Turks. Because it's a book I know that Elijah Muhammad wrote called "The Making of the White Man." It shows you how not only the Israelites that had them pinned in the Caucasus Mountains, but other nations joined in with us. Make sure that they stayed in the Caucasus Mountains. Get Job.
Yeah.
20th chapter. Job, the 20th chapter. See, it's all here. It's just, we haven't been taught the truth to know that this is our book.
Right, time.
It's our book.
That's right.
I'm talking about us.
That's right.
It's our story, man.
That's right.
It's just people have, looked at the Most High as all love, and he,
Right.
got this little faggoty
Right.
procedure bourgeois.
Right.
Anybody with a real man ain't gonna want to
Nah.
bow down to that, man.
But they don't.
Read that. It got homosexuals all up in the choir. And,
The Illuminati today?
yeah.
30.
30.
We talk about Esau. Yeah. 31.
Read that.
What?
Then we'll
Job
go to
chapter
Job
30.
20. But read it.
20?
No, Job 30 first.
Okay.
Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now that they
They.
like it. But now they that were younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have sat with the dogs of my flock.
So he wouldn't even let them sit with the dogs of his flock, man.
That's right. That's
Look, we saying that, right? But Mashiach Yahushua call them dogs, man.
right.
Let me prove that in Psalms 22 and 16. He called them all dogs, man. Straight up. This white woman came to ask him, could you help heal my daughter that got demons in her? He said, it ain't right to take the children's bread, the blessings of the children, and cast it unto the dogs. They ain't teaching that. But it's right there. Let's see what he said. We know that they put him on that tree. Just like they put us on trees. Here you got pictures right here. I know somebody down there on a tree, man.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up. They put us all on trees.
Which one? This one right here.
You said,
What, the one with the brother like that? Oh yeah, I just seen the documentary. I got a documentary of that. They show that.
You said Psalms?
Psalms 22 and 16. This is what Mashiach Yahushua said.
Psalms. Like chapter 22.
Now,
Earthquake.
it's coming. It's coming, New York.
Natural disaster.
That's right. Natural disasters coming, New York. You better believe it. Read that.
Verse 16. For dogs have compassed
Hear what
me.
he call them? What did he say?
For dogs have compassed me.
He say dogs have compassed him. Read.
The assembly of the wicked.
The assembly of who?
The wicked.
So it say the earth been given to the hand of the wicked. The assembly of the wicked who put him on the...
down. It got to go.
Read.
Have enclosed me.
Having they enclosed him. The wicked enclosed them. Read.
They pierced my
Now,
hands
who pierced his hands? Go ahead.
and my feet.
And his feet. Because anybody pierced King David's hands and feet.
That's right.
That was a mighty warrior.
Explain that.
He put all the nations in captivity, slavery, and bondage under Israel for 40 years. He fought for 40 years, man. And King Solomon, so much so that King Solomon, his son, had peace for
Right.
40 years, man.
Right.
King David was a mighty black warrior of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Like you so-called Negro brothers, man. Mighty warrior. That's what it say. Hey, we just read how, hey, they say what they say. Judah was the strongest tribe. We the head tribe.
Right.
Everything come from us. But look at the inventions that we invented. But the Mashiach Yahushua call them dogs. All of them dogs. And when you look up the Unger's Bible Dictionary, it says dogs was a word that the Israelites used concerning the Gentiles, and you want to call yourself a Gentile, because of profaneness and because of homosexuality.
Right.
Men with men and women with women. We didn't accept that, man. It ain't in the Bible that you could that the Most High gonna redeem any homosexual. Show me where he'll redeem a homosexual, a lesbian. He ain't with that, man. He said they supposed to be put to death, as it says in Leviticus 20 and 13.
Wow.
They promote that stuff in prison, man, in jails and stuff. They can stop all that madness, man. They want to take your manhood from you.
Right.
I'm hearing that brothers getting done like that to be jumped in the game, man. That's some wrong crap, man. Initiation, yeah. And the sisters, too.
It's crazy.
Talking about, I want you. What kind of crap is that, man? We done, man.
I'm not going to say that's not in California. Unfortunately, I experienced the system. I had to go through nothing like that.
Yeah, man.
Like this is what the church fathers.
Yeah. No,
I can't say it's not in California.
I heard it. A little young brother told me.
Unfortunately.
It's unfortunate, man. I mean, it's...
I'm not proud of it, man.
Yeah.
Just, I didn't go through.
Right. But read on, back in Job 30. So he called them all dogs, but he told Job said he wouldn't even want them to sit with the dogs. I wonder why he wouldn't want them to sit with his dogs.
Right.
What they gonna do to the dogs? you know that's what he said.
They ain't gonna eat them.
That's right.
It still goes on today.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
Where I live, that's the point I'm saying.
Yeah.
I live, this is right now.
Yeah. See?
Like,
Yeah.
I can't tell you
Yeah, man. That's. Shoo. I'll say, man, we through, man. Yep.
Reprobate minds, man.
Yep. That's right.
All that is, reprobate.
Read on.
Job chapter 30, verse 2. Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste.
Right, man. Fleeing into the Caucasus Mountains, we can look at it, right?
Right.
Read.
Who
Because
cut-
understand this. The mark that the Most High put on Cain was leprosy. Everybody, look, think about it. Everybody dark. Everybody got pigment, I'll say. Melanin. And this, he said, I'm going to put that mark on you. That's what Most High did, like he did Miriam. You want to talk against Moses, he turned her white.
Some people say that's where the white man come from.
Nah.
They were already part of the albino
Yeah.
spreading people. But then along with that, was...
No, I'm just saying this is what Cain, no, remember, they ain't that many, the people that, he had many people that was on the earth, but they didn't exist until they put that mark on Cain.
Mark on it.
Like Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau coming back. Ain't that new under the sun, right? So you gotta understand. You ever seen somebody? I've seen somebody today or yesterday, one of the days. This woman, she was pretty much. Was yesterday? Yeah.
At 99 cents store.
She was. That was one, but I'm talking about this one. I seen her yesterday and today, I guess. Cause I seen this woman. She was getting in her car, but she was pretty much. You would see the brown in her face, but she was almost. All her face was almost turning white.
Wow.
Like Michael Jackson. That's leprosy.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, they call it
gonna call it
vitiligo,
vitiligo, but that's leprosy in the Bible. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this dude, the first time you ever seen anything like this, the first time you ever seen, just like when I was in Jamaica, man, this cat was going, he was riding his bike, man, he looked like he stuck out like a sore thumb. He could have been a white boy, he was real light like a white boy. He stood out like a sore thumb, man.
Right.
I mean, everybody over there dark, that sun is something else, you know what I mean? Because I got darker, you know what I mean? So he just stood out.
I've seen the
Yeah, you know, he just stood out, man. And that's how it is, man. That cat, that's what I say, anybody mess with Cain, gonna get sevenfold. Sevenfold.
I was born in 6
Oh, okay.
It's called British Honduras when I was born. It's just that now that a lot of the European blood that fell over there wasn't all the British. You got some French over there. And also now today the Taiwanese, the Thai people from Thai, they run a lot of partial Belize today. A lot of it's underwater now, so it kind of stopped them from flourishing the way that they were. We were put there for the lumber, for citrus fruit. Us and Iowa Indians, Iowa have many different eras.
Yeah, some good history.
I don't mean to stop you, but the brother needs to hear this. Because he was talking, he's from Belize.
Yeah.
He was telling me yesterday about how his family don't really know what you're saying now. So
Right.
make sure you get
Right.
it, man. So you give us that testimony, man.
Yeah.
Well, as back it was a place called St. Vincent, St. Honduras. When the West Africans or what the people they call the Gerfulas, when they shipwrecked there, a lot of the people that you got Caribs, those are different breeds of Indians, but also have African blood as well.
Right.
And then the ones that they call the Iowas come from South America. The Iowas are called something totally different over there because they bred it amongst some other people too and became another people. But now the Iowas was much more of a dominant, blood of people. So they were dark skinned. They had a different, feature as well. Right. But it's just that by them being a dying-off breed for some reason, everything changes.
Right.
It's like the man, everything changes. So with that, they bred it amongst the West Africans. How they came about, the Iowas were already there. The Iowas were already there, the Caribs were already there, and then you also had another type of Indian, which the Aztecs. The Aztecs are actually, we already know who they come from. They come from the Dravidians. You know what the Dravidians are, right?
Yeah.
In the waters of India, Sri Lanka. See how we all mixed in and twined and what have you? But now, going back, the Iowas and the West Africans, they call the Gerfuna today. They were not put into slavery due to the British. The British, they stopped it now because we're English speaking. But we keep our culture. Culture's pure. But it comes from two different people.
And Nelson Mandela is
the
on his
Mexican
way.
man, the Mexicans come from the Almacs. Because they bred it amongst them. and then they became another nation, another people. Just as you brothers are speaking.
Mexicans are
Tribes
brown-skinned devils.
that we're not familiar with.
Okay.
Right.
But in Central America, you have so many different people that our original blood is of dark. I won't say that we were this or that, but our
They
original
still
blood
speak
is dark.
Spanish. Yeah, they speak Spanish.
But now,
They speak
Spanish is a dialect.
Yeah,
It's
oh
not
yeah,
a
it's a
language.
dialect.
It's not a language, it's a dialect.
I've been down there.
And from Spanish come from Spain. Ain't none of them from Spain, but they speak Spanish.
I know it. I've been down there.
But that's where your conspiracy is at, right? We speak in English. Ain't nothing from London nor English.
I've been down there.
So it's just a whole thing of what you brothers are speaking. It all comes back again.
I'm serious. I've been all
And
over.
in Belize, we speak the English, but it's of the British.
So what about the captivity?
The
As far as them
captivity.
going into slavery.
Okay, the Gerfonas never experienced slavery.
The who?
The Gerfonas. That's Garifuna. I mean Funa. Garifuna. Garifuna.
Okay.
You can find that anywhere.
Okay.
And they will go much more into the Gerfonas people. Whereas, okay, you have two different other bloods over there, but they're not as strong as the Gerfonas. The Gerfonas have flourished the whole entire Central America. They listen to Punta Rock. And it's a whole other style of language. It's beautiful, brother. It's just, much people don't even speak about the Gerfonas. But if you go like on Western and all of them areas, Vermont, but much more Western, you'll see they posted. They will mention the Gerfona Honduras, because that's where the Gerfona began. But also the Gerfona also flourished into Belize, whereas Belize is originally Guatemala. That was the original name. Then British Honduras, then Belize in 81. That's when we got independence.
Oh, okay.
But we were ruled by
Who were
the
the ones
British
that
for
was
many
there
years.
that was the slaves?
The ones that was the slaves were other blood come from like Jamaica. Most of Jamaica was one of the biggest West Indies trade there was. So a lot of them fell from Cuba, came from Cuba and came from Jamaica, and then they become a whole other blood of people. That's not really spoken of in Belize because of the Spanish tongue.
I see.
Because of the Spanish tongue. But the Jamaicans gave us our English tongue as well. Because we speak similar, but we slur. There's a solid pronunciation to where the Belize tongue is slurred. And it sounds different, and it is different, but it comes from the same root, English. The only sound in Belize. But now different parts of Belize speak Creole differently. But a lot of parts of Belize speak Garifuna and Spanish mixed together. Mixed together, making their own sound, own tongue. So where you or anyone else really don't know what's going on.
Right.
I mean, it's like that everywhere, man. Patois. Jamaicans say they speak patois. They don't speak no patois. Patois is in Haiti.
Hey, right.
Patois is of your true French and of whatever the voodoo language that they learn. You know, voodoo is a language in Haiti. Yeah. Read some more. You'll be surprised. It's a language. And it is what you may call a culture in Haiti.
But see, they trying to say that just because they say voodoo is bad. You know what I mean? It's like some are practicing bad black magic, but some are not dealing with that. Right?
Some ain't dealing with it.
Not dealing with that, man. But it's still voodoo.
See, in Belize,
Who named that name voodoo? But
in Belize, we speak Spanish like it's an everyday thing out here. In the house, on the street, you're gonna speak the English tongue. You're gonna speak what we call Creole. You're gonna speak Creole there. You're gonna speak that. But in the house, you're gonna learn Spanish. It's not forced on you, but this is something that you hear granny, great-granny, grandpa, you hear them talk Spanish.
Right. So you know Spanish? Well, you know a few languages, though. You said, right?
I had to learn those things.
Hey, you said something earlier when you first started talking. When you heard us saying the first earlier, when you talked about you kind of picked up some things that we were saying in Hebrew. And you said all the language that you're familiar with, you hear that Hebrew.
You hear it in the Hebrew tongue.
That word you just said, there's a reason for that. Because all those people, before they came and indoctrinated that's what they were speaking. That's how you know that.
Now, what drew me here, okay, I heard you brothers talking, you know, the first time or what have you.
And they tell the truth.
But as each and every time I come back because I want some more. It's like, you know, like food, something that we all need. I don't know why we, you know, going to the point of my race is better than your race, but we know who we are. We know who we are. We've begun this. We're the reason why everybody else is here. We know that. But it's hard for a lot of us to understand that. Because we're not giving ourselves the right food. We're not giving ourselves the right produce. We're giving ourselves other things that really don't have anything to do with what's existing here. But going back, there's different, like you even have what you call, what's them people? We call them Geechee. We call them Geechee and Geechee. We call Creole too. You even have a lot of them Taiwanese, they talk Creole too. They talk Creole because they born there. The kids later on born there. They're Belizeans now.
Let me ask you a question. Before the
Lord
Spanish brought their
I
language
can hear you,
in,
brother.
what's the earliest language you know the people in that land speak?
Lord,
What you call much more of the broken tongues of the Kushites.
Lord, cousin.
I'm saying, okay, the reason I say the broken tongue of the Kushites, because from my understanding, not saying that I'm always correct, from my understanding, the brothers that they call the Dravidians over in Sri Lanka are the inhabitants that they inhabited the whole entire India. Before it was called India, it was Sri Lanka was already there. Then India became India later due to all the other conquerors of different descents of different lands. And then that's when you get the Hindu tongue, or the Hindu language, as you may call it. Because the Dravidians, they said, we're not from India. We're not Indian. We're Dravidians. And they come from the Kushites. As you dig deeper and you find out. And you see, be like, whoa, how's that? Then you find out what made it possible.
As you said, you start digging, all those people that they kind of identify as West Africans in South America, those aren't really West Africans.
No, I know.
Those Hebrew Israelites.
But this is the name that was given to them due to the European conquerors.
We thought the same way.
Because Africa is a Hebrew name. I mean, not Hebrew. Is a what you call is a Greek name, but it's Afrikaans, right? Yes. So he named it Africa when it was called something totally different. Excuse me, brother. It was called something totally different. And for what a lot of us aren't reading and not trying to understand because we could care less. Because that's what he wants us to do, you know. He don't want us to know who we are. I went deeper past where I'm from because I know it was more. And what draws me here is much more is to get more information, more understanding. I even sweated with the Indians, you know how they had a powwow or whatnot. And by this being my first time, I couldn't breathe. But I was told before even coming in there, if you can't breathe, put your face to the ground, she will give you air. She will give you oxygen. You can breathe again. And that's just what happened. So it took my understanding somewhere different. And it just helped me to see more. Huh?
What do you mean by you couldn't
They was
breathe?
burning rocks, brother. We was closed in to where there's no oxygen in there. We're in there meditating, bro. While we're meditating, we're sweating, all the impurities are coming out of us. And the only thing that doesn't sweat is what? The pig. He's the only thing that doesn't sweat. And then, I mean, there may be some other animals that don't sweat, but I know that pig, it don't sweat. So what we look like eating? But it's not letting all this impurities. Everything else that we do know, 90% of this earth, that's all impurities, right? So why is it the pig? This is something that was fed to us during time of slavery. That's why we eat that mess today. And we're clogging our arteries with that mess today.
Hey, can I have water tonight?
Man, we're clogging our arteries with that stuff today. You know, and it's bad that, you know, we're going back there, man. I knew there was more. I know it wasn't just that. And then in Islam, as I read and I learned to understand Islam, it was much more. What I took from it, learn from the cradle to the grave. Don't just learn this just one thing and learn with just that. So then it helped me open my mind to more things. You know? And my parents weren't able to give me this. Because they didn't have it. They didn't have that.
Lord, back on the coward.
I don't blame them. Because I don't want to blame my mother or my father
It's that
for what they
generation.
didn't have. Yeah,
It's that
Love
generation.
where comes the
Generation.
coward.
We all went through that, man. You know, they
Right.
know. That's
Right.
Gangbanging stuff was on my mind. That's something I was did because I did not. I would have been genocide along with the other brothers before me and didn't know it.
Right.
We've been there since 75. Since 1975. I've been here since. All right. So I don't find myself no different than this man, that man, because this is what we saw and what we raised.
Right.
We saw that every man is a man. It wasn't, the skin. That was something that we saw later on. We saw more than he ever did. And then I got to see it like, wow, everybody,
Go to hell, bitch!
so I wanted to know more.
White me, hoe!
Wanted to know more. I wanted to go into
Fat old sloppy hoe. Dumb drama.
when I noticed it in the Buddhas,
I'm fucking you, hoe. You ain't even know. You ain't a hoe. You ain't a fat dumb old slob.
they bow for a dark statue.
Yeah. Buddha was on prophet.
Yeah, that's what they bow for. And then I asked my questions were because I can only speak English to them. I didn't learn that. They were much more what you call they were from
Love where comes the coward.
some of them were from what you call Cambodia. But then I'm familiar with who the Cambodians are.
That's the Islam Smith line.
They're original blood. Then you got the mix with the Hmong coming in.
Yeah.
The Hmong over by Russia. Mongolia.
I'm a robot.
Going back though,
I'm not mixed with nothing.
just the
I'm not mixed with nothing.
whole point of they couldn't answer
I'm a
who he
robot.
was.
See my skin?
And why did he
See my skin?
the statue? They didn't want to go into that.
I'm not mixed
Because I was
with
only
nothing.
curious. I want to know. Why? Who does that? You know? And
I'm not mixed
nowhere
with
in the Bible it says bow to this statue or what statue. Do not bow to any images.
I'm
Right.
not mixed
It's
with
In
that.
Islam, they don't have any images of God or the brother Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They don't have no pictures of that.
But they bow down to a rock. They bow down to a rock though.